What's up, everybody? Today we're at Six Flags St. Louis. Haven't been traveling on a big trip in a while, so I'm excited to be doing what I love most, traveling around the States, riding a bunch of rides. I haven't been to this park in about 2 years, and I wasn't even supposed to be here today. I'm going to Six Flags Great America tomorrow, and I was supposed to be driving, but I couldn't sleep last night, so I just drove like an extra 4 hours. So I had time to stop and come here for a couple hours today. Excited to get re-rides on all the rides here, as well as they opened a new kiddie credit last year called Rookie Racer, so I'm excited to get on that as well. The park's going to be fully open in a couple minutes here, and I think we're going to head straight to the kiddie credit just to lock it in, and then from there we're gonna have fun. So see you guys after that. Alright, well, got first turn of the day on Rookie Racer. It's a good new ride. I got it in the front because everyone else wanted the back. And you know, the speed sensation and the turns were actually not too bad. At least up in the front, that last turn in the station actually had some whip, so good for a kiddie coaster. Now it's time to get on the Boss. Now, the Boss is only just over 100 feet tall, which is pretty good for Woody, but it's built up on a hill, and I gotta tell you, that thing's looking imposing. I'm hoping it's gonna be running better than 2 years ago when it beat me up, so I'll let you guys know afterwards. I'm excited to give it another chance, though. It looks great, honestly. All right, just got off of 2 rides on the Boss, one in the front, one in the back, and holy heck, that was intense. It's still definitely rough, but it was not painful like 2 years ago, so it is running better. The front row I got first, it was definitely smoother, but in the back, man, it freaking hits. Not a ton of airtime, maybe 2 or 3 moments, but it just rips. It's so huge, like, it's just massive for no reason. It's kind of dumb, you slow down a lot in turns, but it just rips. I don't know, it's better than I thought it was before, so it's freaking awesome. And it's so early in the day with empty trains, and they're running 2 trains, and it's still hauling, so it's great. All right, one thing that is nice so far, it's definitely not crowded, at least yet. As you can see, it's pretty much empty pathways behind me, so it looked like there was a good amount of people at the park today, but I think most of them went to the water park, which, good by me. I'm not going to be riding any water slides today. So I'm headed towards Screaming Eagle, the other Woody here. We'll see if that one beats me up. I remember that one being rougher than the Boss, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully not. I've heard I just need to get it in an on-wheel seat, so that's what I'm going to try. Just got off of Screaming Eagle, second to back row, and that was actually quite an excellent ride. Certainly not smooth, but not painful or rough, really. I think 2 years ago, my mistake was just picking a wheel seat. At the time, there was a lot of strategies I still needed to learn. I knew about coasters and manufacturers and stuff, but, you know, I always just went for very back row. Now that I have a little more experience, I know that the very back isn't always the best. Depending on the ride, sometimes it's the front. Air Force One, it's row 4, so, you know, on each ride, you need to figure out the best spot. But no, my legs are actually kind of sore after Screaming Eagle. That ride had some really good airtime, and with those PTC trains, it's really easy to get a lot of room. That's all I'm gonna say. I was basically getting standing ejector on most of the hills. But yeah, that was awesome. Really running great. And I definitely just got a bad ride on it and didn't realize how good it was 2 years ago. So I'm so glad I came back today. The Boss and Screaming Eagle both redeeming themselves. By the way, I do think that Screaming Eagle is better than Boss. It's not as massive, but it is a little smoother and has some more airtime. All right, well, next up is gonna be Batman. Last time I was here, I remember this ride running extremely fast. It's a clone, but I remember it being my favorite one. Now, most people say Georgia's the best. I've ridden the one at Georgia probably 5 or 6 times since last time I was here. So I'm excited to get a ride on it and compare the two. We'll see if this still reigns supreme as my favorite back clone, but either way, it's gonna be a good time. It's a classic layout, hard to go wrong. So I'm excited to get on it. well, I made it to Batman just in time. Just got off after waiting for about 15 minutes, and it's probably about an hour now. Yeah, unfortunately the dispatch is on it very slow, stacking for about a minute or two. It was running phenomenal. I definitely think that the one at Over Georgia does run the best, but this one's definitely number 2, but very smooth and fast and fun. So I think up next, I'm probably gonna head over to Mr. Freeze. My favorite ride here, excited to finally get back on it. So it's gonna be a good time. Okay, just got off of 2 rides on Mr. Freeze, both in the back. First ride, I got a little bit of airtime room, but second ride, I got a 1-click ride. So I had about 4 inches, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a top 25 ride, at least that I've ridden. Sustained ejector on that upside down or inverted top hat, and on the spike, like 5 seconds of ejector, and insane positives on the intro into and pull out of it, as well as that big overbank turn. This ride is a machine. Just look at this thing. Look at that. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the best ride in the park, easily. I'm definitely gonna go ride it more. 2 rides is not enough. This ride is so good, so good. I knew it was good before, but after riding it again on a hot day in the back row with a bunch of airtime room, man, that ride is good. That ride is elite. So we're going back in. And the nice thing about this here is there's AC in here too. So you get to be nice and chill. But yeah, whew, phenomenal ride. All right, got 2 more on Mr. Freeze in the back, so 4 total in a row, and I'm feeling pretty close to passing out. It is running so hot, it's hot outside, and that is an extremely intense ride, so I need to take a short break for a while. I'm probably gonna get some water, hit the restroom, and then go do American Thunder, but man, Mr. Freeze is good. It's running good, and it's such a good ride. Definitely my favorite in the park. Definitely one of my top coasters I've ever been on. It's so good. Well, American Thunder was about what I remember. Not the most intense GCI. Slightly rough, but nothing terrible. Definitely the smoothest woody here. But it still has good pops, and it's a lateral machine. That's what's great about this ride. There's not a whole ton of airtime, but the laterals are really good. So it's definitely more of a twister GCI. There's still a couple good ones. Like the drop actually gives a good pop of air, which some GCIs do like a full 180-degree twist or more. This is like a 90-degree. So you definitely get a little more air on the drop, which is nice. And there's a couple little airtime pops here and there, but this thing just hugs the ground and does a bunch of twists and turns. So overall, it's a good ride. Screaming Eagle has more airtime, so it might be my favorite woody here, but this one's kind of like the middle ground between Boss and Screaming Eagle. Not quite as intense as the Boss, and not quite as much airtime as the Screaming Eagle, so just kind of in between them. So it's really good either way, but Mr. Freeze absolutely reigns supreme is the best ride here. But yeah, I definitely needed a quick break after that ride so many times. It was too intense, but I'll probably head back that way soon here, because now that I've ridden pretty much everything I want to ride, I'm just going to ride the best thing, which is Mr. Freeze. So I'm having a great day here. Hasn't been too many terrible waits. 2 trains on everything, pretty good off, so it's been a good time. All right, guys, well, I went over to Mr. Freeze. It's broken down. Who knows when it's gonna reopen. Batman is broken down as well, and the park has gotten extremely crowded, and it's a very hot day, and I'm very tired because I basically didn't sleep to get here, and I wasn't even supposed to come to this park at all, so I'm really happy with what I was able to do. I was able to ride everything I wanted to ride, get the new credit on Rookie Racer, and absolutely lap Mr. Freeze, which was running amazing. I had a great 4 hours here. I got a lot done. I'm gonna hit the road and get to Great America. That's gonna be my day 2 tomorrow of this trip, and I'll be recording that as well. So I enjoyed my day here. It wasn't a super long one, but I got a lot done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at Great America.